Today, I'm going to prepare you for your first Champions Meeting for the Taurus Cup, releasing on August 17th, and I'm going to do that in 8 minutes. Let's go. When the event begins, you'll be asked to select which league you want to enter. If you choose Open League, there'll be a B+ rank cap, meaning you won't be able to use Umas above that rank, or the Graded League that can have any rank where most whales will compete. It's 3v3v3 PvP races with 3 players per race, including yourself, with each player running a team of 3 Umas. Round 1 lasts 2 days, 4 attempts daily with 5 races each. If you get 3+ wins, you advance to Group A, and if you get less than 3 wins, you'll go to Group B. Round 2 is same format. Group A needs 3+ wins to advance to Final A, and 1 to 2 wins for Final B. So if you win nothing, you'll be eliminated, but if you win just 1, you advance to the Final B. And for the finals, unlike the others, this is a single race that determines your final rewards. Group A is going to be holding the highest rewards, and that's the one we all want. We know in advance that it's going to be a turf track, 2,400 meters on a medium, left-handed, spring, sunny, on a firm ground. So that gives us a lot to work on in terms of prepping our Umas. And to win a race, you only need one of your Umas to cross the first place. That means, unlike team trials, since you only need one Uma to compete exceptionally and win, there's great value to having a debuffer within your team. And the most common debuffer you'll see and face is going to be Nice Nature. And the reason for that is simple, is because she's packed with debuff skills as part of her core kit, and she's got one of the best debuff skills in the game called Murmur that evolves to Mystifying Murmur that drains the enemy's stamina. All you're going to want to do is get her at potential level 3 if you are going to run her as your debuffer, so you can get your hands on Mystifying Murmur, as she will be the most straightforward one and accessible one to build. She also has Sharp Gaze with its gold version, All-Seeing Eyes, that does the exact same thing, but there are other options too. Agnes, Grass Wander, Rudolf also can work as good debuffers, as they have Teether as part of their innate skills, and the gold version Dominator at potential level 3. This one reduces the enemy's speed instead of stamina, so there's definitely also value there. And you can add Murmur through a legacy, or try to get it from these support cards through a hint if you're not running Evil Nature. Another debuffer support card I want to mention is the Rudolf's R support card, and that's because it has incredible value to include in any deck for a debuffer, because it has all styles subduing debuff skills and Teether as well. Other great debuff support cards that you can use to build your debuffer are Marvelous Sunday, which has Hesitant Front and Hesitant Pace, but is also a Wit support card, which is what we want. Rise Shower's support card that you can get for free through the main story, and has Frenzied Pace, Subdued Pace, Flustered Pace, and Disorient. Air Groove is also a good support card, but the problem is that it's guts and only has 2. So a Wit support card instead will be better, and we'll get to why in a second. For your debuffer's stat spread, I recommend focusing on getting enough stats in speed and stamina to simply complete the career, but mostly focus on Wit so you're able to maximize the chances of your skill activations. And this is because all debuff skills, in addition to conditions, are also Wit check based when it comes to the activation. And for those who know me well, you'll know that I don't recommend going crazy with Wit, especially not over 600, as the returns are very diminishing. And you're going to want to run her as a late surger, because the further behind she is in comparison to all the other Umas, the more debuff skills she'll be able to apply. And that's simply because of the activation conditions of certain debuffs. And she's a natural late surger anyway, so might as well. But for your debuffer, she isn't there to win. She's there to help stage one of your other 2 Umas to win instead. So regardless of the diminishing returns, it's more worth going higher there than anywhere else. It'll also be smart to try and get whichever style your debuffer is to an S, as the style aptitude increased to an S will give you a Wit bonus of plus 10%. So again, prepare 1 debuffer as part of your 3 Uma team. As for the target spread for your Umas that you're building to take the win, 1200 speed, non-negotiable, 800 plus stamina, 800 power, 3 to 400 guts, and 400 wit. Again, if you cannot reach these numbers, do not worry, this is just a target stat spread. You're going to want to get the aptitudes at an S if you can through Pink Sparks, so that's going to be turf, and for the distance that's going to be medium, and for the style that's going to be whatever style you're running. As a priority, please try to get your medium distance to an S, as it will give you a power bonus. Now, I am going to do some honorable mentions for the Uma picks, but I'm not going to go too much into this because at the end it's going to depend on what you have in your roster. First one I want to recommend is Special Week as a Pace Chaser. She's a natural A medium that you can potentially increase to an S for a power bonus through the Legacy Pink Sparks. And she has a stamina healing / recovery skill called Hydrate as part of her innate skills, and Gourmand at level 3, which is one of the best recovery skills in the game, alongside Swinging Maestro, which you can get through a hint from Super Quick support card. There are many other recovery skills, and having at least least one is going to be important for your Umas that are especially not the debuffer of your team and that you are banking on to get first place. And the enemy debuffers are most likely going to be reducing both your stamina and speed. The only problem is that pace chasers are going to be taking a lot of jabs from the debuffers, so a minimum of 2 gold recovery skills is going to be non-negotiable. And even then, things can still go very wrong because Nice Nature can debuff this style harshly, being naturally good at any fight towards pace chasers. But there is a way around debuffers, and you can reduce their effect, and that's with the end closer style, and an accessible Uma that has that style is Goat Ship. Now, the reason is because she's an end closer and will be running behind the late surgers and pace chasers, where I guarantee you're going to find most of the debuffers from your opponents. And the key advantage of an end closer is that they're going to be behind the debuffers, which will allow them to avoid debuff skills like Trick Rear, where this debuff will only be able to affect those ahead of the Uma. But Goat Ship isn't the only option. You can also run Rudolf as an end closer by increasing her style through legacies, and she would really be a good pick because of her ultimate as well. And Rudolf even has debuff skills herself, with one of the best ones in the game being Teether that evolves to Dominator, reducing the speed of your opponents. Now, for the unique skills you're going to want to get passed down through your legacies green sparks, the absolute best is going to be 2 unique skills that you're going to want for this Champions Meet for your front runners, pace chasers, or late surgers, and that's going to be Maruzensky's and Taiki's. For end closers and late surgers again, Rudolf's Behold Thine Emperor's Divine Might will work perfectly for any late surger and end closers because the condition to fulfill this skill is natural for end closers and late surgers. When it comes to the key skills you want for Tokyo Turf 2400, for the gold recovery skills, you want to avoid final straight recovery skills as they activate too late, or straight recovery skills that can activate right after the start, which will be too early. You're going to want to aim for Swinging Maestro as a general recovery skill for any Uma from Super Creek support card, but also Gourmand, which is pace chaser specific. I'm also going to recommend green skills because heck, we're running on a left spring sunny firm, so we are guaranteed to activate these green skills if we pick the right ones, and that's just going to add on to our stats. So the first one I recommend you get is left-handed because it gives you speed with a guaranteed activation since you're fulfilling the condition being on a left. 1 circle is fine, and that 40 speed will stack on top of your 1200 speed, bringing it to 1240. Spring runner, speed, long wolf, speed, and firm conditions giving power, and this is guaranteed as well. For other skills, including the ones above and great support cards that can help you prepare for this event that have relevant skills to use, are the following: Super Creek, Swinging Maestro to reduce the impact of stamina debuffers you'll be facing, Corner Recovery, Homestretch Haste, and Firm Conditions. Kita-san Black, Corner Recovery, Corner Adapt, Professor Curvature. King Halo, Outer Post, Firm Conditions, Corner Recovery, Homestretch Haste. Narita Taishin, Lone Wolf, Masterful Gambit, Enclosure corners that will be good for Goat Ship, Intense Gaze that also will have uses for Goat Ship as well. Special Week, Late Surger Savvy, Hydrate to Gourmand, Homestretch Haste, and Outer Swell. Some other recovery skills that are worth taking for this Champions Meeting is 777 Sec, Track Blazer, and Rosy Outlook. That's it. I'm very proud of you for keeping up in this video. I know it was a fast one. I wanted to get all the information in as quick as possible because this is, after all, just a singular event that is going to expire and come back differently later, and I don't want to take too much of your time. This was Static. Remember to have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.